2017 schedule this weekend at the Mesa Arena. Pearson Chiropractic brings you the home opener on Friday.
Rips it in.
The Aberdeen Wings are in town both nights at 7:35 p.m. Get your tickets now at MinotaurosHockey.com.
Carries into late. Tauros win.
Tauros and Wings this Friday and Saturday. Tauros Hockey. Join the charge. Listen, your wedding day is the biggest day of your life. That's why you need to talk with Nick Holbert from Pro Style Production DJ Services. The experience, the voice, the setup, you won't be disappointed. 15 years of big arena hosting, announcing, and DJing speaks for itself. PSP DJ Services also handles premier events, reunions, or parties. Call 833-1007 or visit ProStyleProduction.com to book now. PSP DJ Services. Make your event Pro Style. The season starts now.
Springman stuck him.
Your Monument Toros open the home portion of the 2016-2017 schedule this weekend at the Mesa Arena. Pearson Chiropractic brings you the home opener on Friday.
Rips it in.
The Aberdeen Wings are in town both nights at 7:35 p.m. Get your tickets now at MinotaurosHockey.com.
Carries into late. Tauros win.
Tauros and Wings this Friday and Saturday. Tauros Hockey. Join the charge. It's time for Tauros Weekly with your host, Ken Oda. Tauros Weekly is presented by Farmers Union Insurance. It's time for Tauros Weekly with your host, Ken Oda.
NHL Showcase, the 14th annual scouting event, saw over 300 scouts from college, pro, and other junior programs there to take in the event, and the Tauros finished the only 4-0-0 record at the Showcase to get named Showcase champs. They opened it with a 4-0 win in what was a bit of an easy challenge to open it up against Kenai River. Followed it up with a hard-fought 2-1 victory, I think one of the best games I've ever seen at the NAHL Showcase, over the Lone Star Brahmas, a game that went into the third scoreless. The Tauros then opened up the scoring early. It was Adams, took a penalty, gave up the game tire late in the third, but Grayson Gavin finds the game winner in overtime on day 2. Day 3, a bit of a trap game before playing the Fairbanks Ice Dogs, the defending champions, on Saturday, and it looked like it. The Tauros came out a little flat to start the game, got outshot and outscored in the first, but came back and outshot Wilkes-Barre Scranton by a 33-17 total over the final 40 minutes of that one to pick up the win on day 3. And then day 4, another thriller. Back and forth with the Fairbanks Ice Dogs, the defending Robertson Cup champions. Took a 4-3 decision in overtime, or in a shootout, I should say, a game that the Tauros never led. Fell behind 1-0, 2-1, 3-2. Tied it all 3 times to force overtime. Overtime went scoreless, and then through 5 rounds of a shootout, the Tauros won 2-1. Austin Dollimer with the winner in the 5th round. Lucas Murray stopped 4 of 5 in the shootout to get the Tauros the win. So overall, a good start. We'll take a quick look here at how the standings shook down after the Showcase. Tauros in first place, 8 points, 4-0-0 on the season. Brookings with a strong showing at the Showcase, 3-0-1. That only overtime loss came, I believe, to Amarillo, who was the only other team who entered the last day of the Showcase undefeated, but they fell to Janesville in overtime a couple hours before the Tauros took on Fairbanks, so the Tauros knew a win and they'd be Showcase champs. Minnesota is 3-3 already on the season. They played a couple games before the Showcase. Austin 2-1-1 is another respectable showing at the Showcase for the Bruins. Bismarck 2-3-0 on the season. They went 1-3 in Blaine. And Aberdeen, this weekend's opponent, 1-4-0 so far to start the season under head coach Scott Langer. Speaking of head coaches, we're going to take a quick commercial break here and be back with the Tauros head coach, Marty Murray, after these messages here on Tauros Weekly.
The season starts now.
Springman stuck him.
Your Monumental Toros open the home portion of the 2016-2017 schedule this weekend at the Mesa Arena. Pearson Chiropractic brings you the home opener on Friday.
Rips it in.
The Aberdeen Wings are in town both nights at 7:35 p.m. Get your tickets now at MinotaurosHockey.com.
Carries into late. Save me. Toros win.
Toros and Wings this Friday and Saturday. Toros Hockey. Join the charge. Listen, your wedding day is the biggest day of your life. That's why you need to talk with Nick Holbert from Pro Style Production DJ Services. The experience, the voice, the setup, you won't be disappointed. 15 years of big arena hosting, announcing, and DJing speaks for itself. PSP DJ Services also handles premier events, reunions, or parties. Call 833-1007 or visit ProStyleProduction.com to book now. PSP DJ Services. Make your event Pro Style.
Welcome back inside Tauros HQ here in Minot, North Dakota. Joining me now, as mentioned, Tauros head coach Marty Murray. Marty, welcome in. Thanks. Now, another showcase in the books, and got to be happy with the results. What was your impression just as a coaching staff through the 4 days?
Well, I was very happy with the effort. You know, it's a grind. It's 4 games in 4 days, and to expect the players to have their energy, for 4 straight days is maybe a little bit of a stretch. But I thought our guys handled it well. There was points during the 4 games, but we weren't as sharp as what we had hoped to be. But we found a way to win, and I think to kick off the season at 4-0 is huge, and hopefully we can keep that momentum going.
You talk about fatigue being a factor and expecting the guys to have energy for 4 days in a row, and there were certainly some lulls, but right now still have some extra guys here in town, not down to that final 23 yet. Do you guys know where you're leaning with as far as that goes, or are you just going to let guys keep playing and see who earns the right to stay?
Yeah, I mean, we have some tough decisions to make, and the players have put us in that position, and it's a good position to be in. We have a lot of good players, and right now it's up in the air a little bit, but we appreciate everything the guys have done since they arrived September 1st in Minot, and like I said, they're making our decisions very difficult.
Looking ahead now with Aberdeen coming in this weekend, they're off to a slow start, coaching change, new system. How much do you know about what Scott Langner's trying to do down there and his style of play, or is it still too early in the year to worry about matchups and style of play?
You know, I respect certainly Scott and what he's accomplished in our league, but to tell you the truth, I haven't really followed a lot of the South and, just other than the standings, so I don't really know their style of play that much. I never really got a chance to watch them that much in the showcase. So I think the focus this time of year is going to be on us and how we play and some of the habits that are in our game. So, that'll be the focus on Friday night. We expect Aberdeen to come in here hungry and work hard, and we got to make sure we're here to match that.
What about the Tauros style of play? What's something that fans can look for and know that, all right, if this is happening on the ice, the Tauros are doing what they want to do?
Well, I still think it's early in the season to pinpoint an identity of our hockey club, but I think the first thing is we want to make sure we're a hardworking team every night, and you can see it in the showcase. Even though I maybe would have liked a little bit more consistency with our work and compete level, when we turned it on, I thought we took over games, and hopefully that's a stage we can get to as the season progresses and have those 60-minute complete games.
You talk about the effort level at the showcase and the ebbs and flows, and I thought especially my favorite game was that third game, which was probably the ugliest effort, really. But I thought the team really bounced back, maybe learned a lesson that first period about the need to play hard, and really took over the final 40 minutes and scored some dirty goals, which haven't necessarily been our identity in the past.
Yeah, that was a tough game. We had a real emotional game against Lone Star on day 2. We had the 6 o'clock game, so by the time the guys got back home and into their beds at the hotel, it was a pretty quick turnaround for the third game there against Wilkes-Barre. And we came out flat, no question about it. In the first period, it wasn't very pretty at all, but I thought we gained our composure there in the second and third and had a pretty solid, second, third period. But I think it's early in the season. You wanna fine tune some things, but overall, real pleased with the effort throughout the showcase.
Now, I know you were just in the new building this morning. That's coming along. Not ready to open that yet this weekend, but how excited are you and the boys for getting into that new building when we eventually do here, probably in a few weeks?
Well, you see the blueprints and you see maybe some pictures on social media and it looks nice. But I'll tell you what, it once you get in there and see where it is today, the boards are in the glasses, and you can kind of see what the rink's going to look like. It's very impressive. I think the Minot hockey community is going to be in for a pleasant surprise when they walk into that new arena for the first time. We're certainly fortunate to call it home, and hopefully we can use that to our advantage. And I love the energy that the Mesa Arena provides, and we want to make sure we can take that energy over to the new rink as well.
You mentioned the energy the fans provide. We're expecting a packed house this weekend for Aberdeen. How much different is it playing at home versus, say, a neutral site like the Showcase, or going down to, say, Aberdeen or Brookings, for example?
Well, I'm a little biased, but I think we have the best fans in the league, and we've been through a lot here in our 6 years, and we've had a great core group of fans that have stuck through us thick and thin, and we want to reward them by playing hard for them and winning hockey games, and where it's catching on, and you see that interest maybe just outside the normal hockey community, which is great to see. We're getting people that have come into their first hockey game ever, and then they want to come back. So those are the success stories we're shooting for, and obviously keep that great fan core that we have here. But I'm really looking forward to getting the season underway here. Starting Friday, I think we want to establish ourselves as a strong home team, and we have that opportunity to start on Friday.
Now, speaking of the great fans in Minot, we did get a question online from Chris Gillespie. Wants to know, what is a strength of this year's team that makes it better than perhaps some of the past teams?
Well, I think a couple things. I think that you look at our roster, we've had the largest amount of returning players we've ever had. I think we're at 11 Tauros, and then we've had a couple players that played in similar leagues elsewhere. So, we're pushing 13, 14 veteran players, and I think that's, everybody's a year older, year wiser, and the expectations go up, in your second, third year in the league. So that's one thing, and I think the depth in our hockey club is very strong. We feel we have four lines that can put the puck in the net. Our D, played very well at the Showcase, and our goaltending was outstanding too. So we feel like, it's early in the season, but we're happy with where we're at right today. But, our division's tough. We're gonna have to have that mindset to get better every day, and if we're gonna be here at the end of the day, hopefully holding that Robertson Cup.
Last thing before we take our next commercial break and I let you get out of here. Next on, we're going to have Jake Diddle. You guys named him captain for this year, along with Frantz, Jeanson, Springman, and Bross as the other assistant captains. Why did you and Nigel and Waz settle on Jake to be captain of this team?
Well, Jake's a 3-year guy with us, and from the, very first training camp we saw him in Minnesota, his compete level is off the charts, and I think pound for pound, one of the most uncomfortable guys to play against. And I think he's rounded out his game to be a guy we can lean on both ends of the rink. And for us, it was a natural choice. What he brings to the table, both on and off the ice, makes him a great leader, and a guy we're looking for big things out of this season.
All right, we'll let you go. Thanks for jumping on, and we'll be back with Jake Dittel after this quick commercial break here on Tauros Weekly.
The season starts now.
Springman stuck him.
Your Minot Tauros open the home portion of the 2016-2017 schedule this weekend at the Mesa Arena. Pearson Chiropractic brings you the home opener on Friday.
Diddle rips it in.
The Aberdeen Wings are in town both nights at 7:35 p.m. Get your tickets now at MinotaurosHockey.com.
Carries into late. Save it. Tauros win.
Tauros and Wings this Friday and Saturday. Tauros Hockey. Join the charge. Listen, your wedding day is the biggest day of your life. That's why you need to talk with Nick Holbert from Pro Style Production DJ Services. The experience, the voice, the setup, you won't be disappointed. 15 years of big arena hosting, announcing, and DJing speaks for itself. PSP DJ Services also handles premier events, reunions, or parties. Call 833-1007 or visit ProStyleProduction.com to book now. PSP DJ Services. Make your event Pro Style.
Welcome back inside Tauros HQ here in Minot, North Dakota. Joining me now, new captain of the Tauros, Jake Dittel. Jake, welcome in.
Thanks for having me, Ken.
A fun showcase for you guys, 4-0-0, the only team to run the table. What did it feel like as a player out on the ice?
It was a lot of fun out there. First few games with the guys, so it was good to see everyone's strengths and, how our team came together. And it was a blast out there.
As a veteran player, this being your third showcase here with the Tauros, how does the feeling for you in preparation with knowing there's that many scouts there and Tauros having a good number of fans there, compare this year to, say, year one at the showcase?
Going into year one, I guess I didn't really know exactly how many scouts were there and the type of game that everyone brings to the table. But going into my third year, you see every team's at their highest. Every player wants to play the best because they know the amount of scouts there. They know, you have family there. You have everyone there watching you, and it's the first few games. So everyone's at the top of their game. And when we came into it this year, we have, like Marty said, we have 13, 14 veteran guys in the lineup. We kind of knew into what to expect, and we kind of let the younger guys know. And so I think going into the showcase this year, we were more prepared.
Did you take any extra responsibility getting guys ready, being captain? What does being captain mean to you?
I think for the most part at this level, it's just, the guys should know how to get ready for the games, which going into the showcase, obviously we had a very good showing, and, they know how to do it on their own. Being a captain, you just kind of make sure, if anyone is kind of messing around, they have a little lapse, you just let them know, hey, we're here to win, we're here to do our best. A lot of schools here, a lot of coaches here, and just kind of put them back in their place, and they're fine.
How much does winning the showcase mean to you guys as a group? I know the guys seem to be following that Amarillo game in the afternoon, and were pretty excited when Janesville came back, forced overtime in the final minute, and then got the game winner in OT. When you guys were out there playing Fairbanks, did the fact that you were playing to win the showcase as well factor in, or was it just about getting the win in the game you were playing?
It is a great honor to have that showcase banner and to win the showcase. I think there's a couple factors that go into, that final game. It was, we were playing for the showcase championship. We were going against the Robertson defending champs, and, everyone just wanted that perfect record to start our season off strong. So I think it was a battle back and forth, and when it came down to it, everyone wanted to win that last game.
Now, you've been in Minot now. This is season number 3 for you. What's it like as a player who wasn't from here? What's the initial impression of Minot? And then once you've been here a while, how much do you like being here?
Well, to be honest, when I first got here my first year, I was pretty surprised. I expected a couple buildings and maybe a rink around here, and there's quite a bit of restaurants. I don't know. Hanging out with the guys doing stuff like bowling, laser tag, going to the YMCA and just hanging out, it creates a strong bond with the team. And my last 2 years, I guess, there have been memories and friendships that will last a lifetime. And I feel like Minot's a huge part of that.
Now, with the home opener coming up and Aberdeen on the schedule, a team that we've had some success against over the last few years, how excited are you to get back in this building in front of Toro fans?
Very excited. I think it's awesome for our fans. We started off the showcase very well, and they're looking forward to, a winning team so far coming into the our first home opener. And, like Coach was saying, we're not really sure what will happen for that, but we've been working on our own things in practice, and hopefully they can come, and we'll be ready to play Friday, Saturday.
Last thing before I let you go, we talked to Marty a bit about it already, the new building. I know the players haven't had a chance to get in there and see it, but, as a guy who was here back when it was just a rumor that it was going to happen and now be just maybe a month or less away from playing in there, how excited are you for that?
It's very exciting. It's very cool to get a brand new rink. I've never really had a rink like this, so yeah, from seeing the pictures and all the rumors about that, what's going to happen to it, it's pretty exciting to be the first team in there.
All right, we'll let you go get off to work. I know you got to get down to Minot Country Club and work a little bit, so we'll let you get out of here. Thanks for joining me.
All right, thanks, Ken. Appreciate it.
We'll be back to wrap up Tauros Weekly after these messages here on ProStyleProduction.com.
The season starts now.
Springman stuck him.
Your Minot Tauros open the home portion of the 2016-2017 schedule this weekend at the Mesa Arena. Pearson Chiropractic brings you the home opener on Friday.
Rips it in.
The Aberdeen Wings are in town both nights at 7:35 p.m. Get your tickets now at MinotaurosHockey.com.
Carries in delay. Save. Tauros win.
Tauros and Wings this Friday and Saturday. Tauros Hockey. Join the charge. Listen, your wedding day is the biggest day of your life. That's why you need to talk with Nick Holberg from Pro Style Production DJ Services. The experience, the voice, the setup, you won't be disappointed. 15 years of big arena hosting, announcing, and DJing speaks for itself. PSP DJ Services also handles premier events, reunions, or parties. Call 833-1007 or visit ProStyleProduction.com to book now. PSP DJ Services. Make your event Pro Style.
Welcome back inside the Tauros offices here at the lower level of the Mesa Arena. Time to wrap up Tauros Weekly. Thanks again to Marty Murray and Jake Diddle for joining me. We're going to take a quick look at the Tauros leaders as far as points go so far on the season. We're only 4 games in, but right now the leader is Zach Bross. He's got 4 points on the year. Adams, Diddle, Stephenson, Murphy, Sawchuk all with 3s. Weiner, Frentz, Jeanson, and Gavin 2 apiece to get us into the first place in the showcase with that 4-0 record. Also not listed there, the goaltending has been very strong off the start. I don't know how the coaching staff is going to make their decision between the 3 goaltenders we have in camp. All 3 played great at the showcase, and it'll be interesting to see who they go with. I kind of let Marty off the hook. I didn't ask him about that for who he plans to put in net this weekend against Aberdeen. Speaking of Aberdeen, let's take a look. They are 1-4-0 on the season, as we mentioned earlier. That's 6th place in the division. They're struggling on the penalty kill, but their power play is clicking along pretty well at 28%. Tauros doing well on both, 23% on the power play, 84% on the kill. Zach Bross and Jake Dittel, a couple of players who really lit it up so far as well for the Tauros. We mentioned the goaltending, Park, Dopp, and Murray all playing very well. And, of course, the Tauros wrapped up the showcase title. Looking for Aberdeen, Fitzgerald and Rue are off to good starts. That's not the same Carter Rue that started with Aberdeen a few years ago. That's his little brother playing for them now. And as I mentioned, special teams for Aberdeen has been the story. They can't seem to kill a penalty for the life of them, but their power play is clicking along very well. Before we get out of here, one more reminder. We have some unique experiences available for Tauros fans for the home opening weekend. Check us out on the Dash app, Digital Auction Showdown. You could get it at dashapp.io, or you could search your Google or Apple App Store. You can drop the ceremonial puck drop on opening night at the Mesa Arena, and then on Saturday, get a chance to watch the game from the treehouse, the press box there behind the benches. I think it's the best view in the arena. You'll get to watch the game there. We're also giving you a pizza and the beer of your choice, or sodas if you're not 21. So come hang out in the press box on Saturday. You can get those opportunities again. Check out www.dashapp.io. That'll do it for us here on Tauros Weekly. Week 1 in the books. Tauros are your NAHL Showcase champions. We'll be back next week, Wednesday at 3 with another episode of Tauros Weekly. But first, the Aberdeen Wings and the Minot Minotauros Friday and Saturday night at the Mesa Arena at 7:35. For Nick Holberg and the crew at PSP, I'm Ken Odo, hoping you enjoyed Tauros Weekly. We'll talk to you next week, Wednesday.
The season starts now.
Springman stuck him.
Your Minot Minotauros open the home portion of the 2016-2017 schedule this weekend at the Mesa Arena. Pearson Chiropractic brings you the home opener on Friday.
Rips it in.
The Aberdeen Wings are in town both nights at 7:35 p.m. Get your tickets now at MinotaurosHockey.com.
Carries in delay. Save. Tauros win.
Tauros and Wings this Friday and Saturday. Tauros Hockey. Join the charge. Listen, your wedding day is the biggest day of your life. That's why you need to talk with Nick Holbert from Pro Style Production DJ Services. The experience, the voice, the setup, you won't be disappointed. 15 years of big arena hosting, announcing, and DJing speaks for itself. PSP DJ Services also handles premier events, reunions, or parties. Call 833-1007 or visit ProStyleProduction.com to book now. PSP DJ Services. Make your event Pro Style.